Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Eternal Tournament series. We've got another great match for you. It's SirRhino's Xenon Control versus HiThar's Dark Cambrai. This is actually a repeat of the match that we saw against Lights Out Ace previously. So we should see a very similar sort of setup in terms of deck, but perhaps a very different type of playstyle. We'll see exactly how it goes out.
Yeah, we'll see how this turns out. Hopefully, SirRhino here can have a little bit of a better draw than he did last round. As we saw, just a few minutes ago, he had one of the quickest rounds we've seen in this tournament. So hopefully, he can get some better draws here and draw his power and kind of get to play a normal game here. So yeah, I think we're about to jump in here. SirRhino opting to redraw his first hand and gets a little bit of a slower hand in response, but it's kind of got at least the influence that he's going to need to get there.
Yeah, so he's got the ability to set up Sandstorm Titan on 4. He has Ion the Abductor on 3. Titan plus Ion is just a really swingy turn against the Xenon deck as we've seen previously, or against the Cambrai deck as we've seen previously. A little Xenon in there. And yeah, it's going to be pretty impressive to see if that can carry him any further than he's currently going, but he doesn't have a lot of juice left beyond that in his hand.
Yeah, the iron pickup is good to help him be the beatdown here, but doesn't get him too much. This is a little bit of an interesting matchup because both of these decks are really slow and sort of lame for or aim for a lot of late game powerhouse. Both of them being Mystic Ascendant decks. So there's sort of a weird situation where I don't think either deck is set up to be the aggressor and the other one the defender. I think they sort of have to play the game out and find out in the middle of it who's going to be the beatdown.
HiThar here considering Great Parliament, trying to be the beatdown himself, or he can hold on to that Banish and try to hit a Ion the Abductor with it. But Rhino probably not going to be super happy playing Ion into a Parliament Owl, so just goes ahead and lets that go past and decides to set down a Sandstorm Titan of his own.
Yeah, I think that was the right play by HiThar to play the Owl there.
Hard now that Banish is real, and HiThar has both Banish and Vanquish here, so he's going to be able to actually start pressuring. That's going to leave Rhino sort of in the doldrums. He gets to play Steward of the Past next to sort of set up a little bit of a defense, but if he doesn't find something better soon, then he's going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, this is the Owl really working out here for HiThar there. It actually looks like he might be able to do all the damage that he needs with just the Owl there. Ion's going to be able to help bring in a little bit of lifesteal, but otherwise, unless he's able to get a ton of health off of that, it is a little bit of a kind of a slow and steady clock here.
Yep, HiThar not attacking into a potential Ion. He knows it's there. He's got a pretty good idea that it's exactly Ion, so he doesn't even try to attack in and lose the potential 1/1s. Rhino can just, of course, throw the Ion out anyways. He misses his chance at the draw due to the Temple Scribe basically uncovering Waystone Infuser, but at this point he can play it and try to draw some power and basically get stuff off the top of his deck.
Yeah, and we don't see a power on the top there for him, so a little bit of an unfortunate draw, but next turn he'll have a good chance. Again, still does not have an answer to the Owl here. HiThar probably going to drop Mystic Ascendant here and get that going. There it is.
Yep, a little bit of extra power. Rhino needs to draw hard removal for Mystic Ascendant, or else he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Basically, that card is going to dominate this board, and it's going to put him in a situation where he really does not want to attack in or really have a good defense going on. Steward of the Past is his only answer, and HiThar's going to have a Slay for that next turn.
Yeah, and if he does manage to kill the Mystic Ascendant here, he actually has a Dark Return to bring it back. And Dark Return on Mystic Ascendant is one of the crazier things you can do in this game.
For Rhino here is that he knows that he's drawing gas. He Temple Scribed, but still didn't find power. He's got the Steward of the Past here, so he's going to be he's guaranteed not to draw power this turn. So he knows at least that he's picking up something that's going to be helpful to him. But he really needs hard removal for Mystic Ascendant because HiThar is now outdrawing him in such a dramatic fashion that it's going to be very hard for him to come back.
Yeah. Oh, and he offers the Slay on the Steward of the Past, which I think is the right play. Would you agree?
Pretty good here. Rhino's going to be forced to chump block with the Temple Scribe. There was no attack with the 4/4. I'm not sure if I like that move or not. He's trying to hold back against the Ion, but that means that you could potentially lose your flyer to Avara's favor, and if you lose the flyer plus the Mystic Ascendant, then that's going to get a little bit rougher.
Yeah.
Here, however, this is just this is pretty close to game. Mystic Ascendant gets a draw for Rhino. That gives him a chance to find a Stray into Shadow and come back.
Yeah, I think Stray is about
That'll
his
be a
only
4-white
option here, other
Mystic.
than that Sandstorm Titan. But HiThar can certainly find an answer to that as well. Looks like he picks up a Find the Way, but doesn't particularly matter here since he's going to just be able to do 12 in the air with the Owls.
Running in, that's going to be a solid 12 damage, and the Mystic Ascendant will probably pressure as well. Going to force a chump block from SirRhino. Rhino can block either with Iron or with his own Mystic Ascendant to try to set up a actual way to kill the Mystic Ascendant that HiThar's got. HiThar does have a banish, so this triple block is not going to go well for him, and that'll be the game for Rhino.
Oh, yeah, there's the board wipe. That's absolutely brutal. I think, yeah, no, even if he draws a Stray into Shadow off the top, that's right. The Mystic Ascendant will be there, so that's going to be the game.
Rhino was playing around Stray into Shadow to win the game, but he didn't pick it up. The Warp Time Sigil's not going to do anything for him. He knows he's got nothing else on top of the deck. That's going to be round.
Yeah, very good plays by HiThar there. He was able to navigate that and figure out exactly how he needed to get through. Oh well, oh no, he still has the A space.
Yeah, if HiThar A space is here, he wins. If he holds back in any fashion, then Rhino can banish and get himself a bit more of an advantage. But I think that at this point, yeah, 5 damage is going to come in. The banish will hit something. The Mystic Ascendant will get chump blocked, and that'll be game. Looking for a potential out? Nope. Just gonna go ahead and surrender there.
Yeah, the Iron almost got him back up to the health that he needed, but I think even with the health gain, it wouldn't give him any chance of winning. Just sort of pulled it out.
Is 1 round for HiThar. Both players going to be going into their sides. We've talked about these sides a little bit. I believe Rhino's sides might be a little bit different from Ace's. No, he's still got the 2 Varus choices, the 4 devoted Theurges. Subvert is going to be a very powerful card here. Stray into Shadow might be quite good against the Great Parliaments. Predatory Carnosaur can pick up Ascendance a little early, and it can also pick up some other stuff, but it might not be the best card here. And Azindel's Gift, of course, is a really interesting control answer if you want to make sure that your opponent does not continue to draw into just ridiculous nonsense.
Yeah, over on HiThar's side, I think the sabotages are probably going to be pretty key here to help keep his units up. Again, it's going to be another question of whether he thinks he wants to be the beatdown or not, and if he wants to go into that plan. One interesting thing. He has Inquisitor Moktos in his sideboard, and I did know that he brought those in specifically for Chalice in this tournament, and didn't end up. We have no Chalice at all, so they still are pretty good here, given that Rhino can be a little bit weak to flyers. So we'll see if he opts to bring those in here.
Yeah, they're a very good card here. They don't get banished. They can get Death Striked, but the only thing that really answers them is Sandstorm Titan, and that's something that HiThar can just chew through. I don't see that he's got a lot of great options here. The one thing that does hurt Mokto is Vara's Choice, but if you don't Vara's Choice it out of hand, then it's still going to be a 5/5 when it comes back down. So it's a pretty reasonable include here if HiThar wants to put it in. It'd be kind of nice to see some Moktos in the deck.
Yeah, looking at the redraws, he did actually have them in his opening hand, so he did bring them in. He does throw it away because his first hand was a little bit too clumsy. Second hand is still kind of slow, but SirRhino's is glacially slow.
The glacially slow hand might be the winner here, depending on exactly how the game progresses. If both players are playing as slow as possible, then Rhino's got at least the card advantage going on for him. He's not capable of dealing with Sandstorm Titan right now, so that's the earliest threat that HiThar's going to play, and Rhino's response is basically going to be a Waystone Infuser.
Yeah, and actually, Carnosaur is the only thing in his hand that could deal with it straight away. But HiThar actually did side in Xenon Obelisk, which will make a 6/7 that actually will live through the killer. So the Obelisk tech here is pretty big.
Kind of a big deal because the plays right now look like Sandstorm Titan into Wasted Infuser into Obelisk, which means that the Titan is just not going to get the job done. Rhino can annihilate Sandstorm Titan here. He's probably going to want to, seeing as he's not actually capable of playing Wasted Infuser this turn. So if HiThar wants to Obelisk, that's certainly his prerogative.
Yep, and shows the Obelisk. I can't imagine if he doesn't hit it right here. Yeah, and there's
feel bad about that knowing that he's got the Carnosaur waiting, but Carnosaur can still kill Great Parliament Owls, which is at least something. And once Parliament gets to 8, however, it's still going to be really, really rough. Waystone Infuser definitely seems like the reasonable play for Rhino here, but he's sort of sitting still for the moment.
Yeah, kind of the only play here. She'll help him get set up a little bit. HiThar's in a little bit of a predicament. It depends on what he draws here, but there's a question about whether you... Oh, and he picks up a Sandstorm Titan, so that answers that.
Third Infuser. He's a real big fan of that card. I'm not sure if it's been helping him a lot these last couple of games. It does allow him to get some really good sort of basically just keep the power off of his deck and set up a bit smoother control matchup. But yeah, that is effectively 2 draws. So Rhino's at least got a lot of gas in the tank.
Yeah, that does help him get out a little bit there, but we're going to see Mystic Ascendant by HiThar.
That Mystic Ascendant is not something Rhino can answer at the moment. Mystic Ascendant on Rhino side is actually going to be very solid, though.
That is nice, and that Sabotage is really key here. Going to get out his Parliament, which is a pretty big deal. Though they wouldn't fly over with the Sandstorm Titan, it would make a pretty deadly board that he couldn't manage. But now he's actually thinking about it. He looks like he might be actually thinking about taking the Dark Return.
Block or triple block Mystic Ascendant and just make sure that HiThar does not have one, then it might be a better idea to go for the Dark Return. But too many threats on board at the moment that he just really wants to deal with, so it'd be really nice to get rid of them, but I don't know if that's actually going to work for him. He goes for the Dark Return, so
he goes for the Dark Return.
Will happen. Yeah, if HiThar doesn't draw power 8, then that actually does look kind of bad for him. He drew another Mystic Ascendant, and he actually...
That's pretty...
No, he had the Mystic Ascendant in hand, and then
and then the power. So very good draw for him. Very good pickup. Definitely puts Rhino in a little bit of a tough spot. His Carnosaur can't answer anything. His Champion of Mystery is still a few power away from being super dominating here. And he kind of gets to keep pushing in with the Sandstorm Titan.
Xenon problem where there's just too many single target threats now, and any one of them is lethal to him. So since the board is so heavily tilted not in his favor, he doesn't really have a comeback mechanism. Like Stray into Shadow doesn't do that. It just reduces the amount of Parliament Owls. And with Xenon Obelisk, it's an even worse card here. It actually is just so bad against Xenon Obelisk that it's actually almost dead. I think Rhino's sides are just not as good as HiThar's here, and he's just in a very, very rough spot.
Yeah, I wonder if Rhino was actually expecting the Obelisk to come in. Though the players did, of course, have all of the first state of play against each other. So it might have just been that he didn't see it, or that he still realized that maybe that was his only option to beat HiThar in the late game, was that he would play Parliaments without an Obelisk. But either way, right now, this is just not looking good for Rhino.
Done so much for HiThar right here. It's made his Titans bigger than Waystone Infusers, which means that he's not been... Like, Waystone Infusers has been a dud card because of Obelisk. Stray into Shadow's a dud card because of Obelisk. Carnosaur's a dud card because of Obelisk. Sandstorm Titan's a dud card because of Obelisk. All of this just means that HiThar gets to attack unimpeded every turn, and the only card that Rhino's played that's had any value on board is Mystic Ascendant, which HiThar has matched twice.
Yeah, HiThar attacking with everything, almost attacked with just the Sandstorm Titan, which would have been particularly interesting, because that could have been a bait to try and allow his Parliaments to be free up in the air, but opts not to do it. I think the Ace Base is the correct play here, because now SirRhino is going to have to probably lose some units and decide how he wants to sort of do triage here.
HiThar's got 2 more Mystic Ascendants in hand, so
goodness.
It's such a nonsense machine at the moment. Like, HiThar's got all of his good draws, and all of Rhino's good draws have been effectively neutralized by 1 relic. So he's just not in very good shape.
Yeah,
I think there's there's no Dark Return here, so he can double block if he wants to, but that's about it.
Yeah, I bet he's feeling, HiThar, that is probably feeling a little bit redeemed after drawing nothing but power from that other game we just saw a few minutes ago.
So we see some chump blocks. 1 card just oriented straight against the Titan. Takes the 10, because why not? It's going to be quite lethal.
Yeah, it forces the Sandstorm Titan to come out on SirRhino's side, which I think he probably is going to be fine to play anyway. So if HiThar is able to pick a removal spell, then he'll be able to close the game. So power, removal, just about anything here is good for him. Actually, no, he does have lethal with just having more units on the board, and because all of his units are going to be too big for Rhino to deal with.
He needed like double Titans there, and he just didn't get it.
Yeah.
And even with double Titans, that's not a very good board for him. So we see, yeah, not a lot going on. Carnosaur, Champion, Waystone Fuser, all of these are not cards that help him. I think he's looking for any possible out, but it's not there, so he's going to throw the concede.
There's the concede, and that's a quick 2-0 to HiThar.
So HiThar picks up another one, and we'll be going into, I'm not sure if there's any sort of backup match. We can check real quick. Moosh versus Lights Out Ace may end up being what we're running into. Seeing if Moosh can pick up yet another game. We'll see exactly how well they're doing in just a second here. So Moosh has not actually challenged Ace at the moment, so it's possible that they are in between games. So we'll just see exactly what's going on. Moosh, as we know, is playing Combre Party. He has the sort of like difficult task of assembling 3 different colors of influence while also playing a sort of mid-range to heavy strategy, while Lights Out Ace is trying to assemble a very large control board very similar to SirRhino's list. I think their lists are actually almost identical. So depending on how things go, we should run into that game in just a second. Currently, neither player has started yet.
Yeah, I do believe that is correct. I do believe that SirRhino and Lights Out Ace are playing a exact 90 card replica deck list. So we'll be seeing something a little bit familiar on the board in just a second. So going into this, I believe earlier today that TJP has had the advantage against the Xenon control lists. Is that correct?
It's been fairly certainly the last couple of games with sort of big Combre stuff have been very good against the lists, and Moosh has had the advantage over everyone today. So
That's true.
Yeah, I think that he's got a pretty good chance of taking it. I think he's taken one against SirRhino already. I'm not 100% certain of that, but yeah, it looks like we are ready to go, unless the players have actually already played their last round, in which case we might have to go to a break. Ace lost 0-2. Moosh is now up 7. So yeah, not quite into that extra one, but we will be going to a break, and the underdog takes another one. No longer really an underdog at all. Moosh now 7-0. If he wins all 9 games and completely sweeps, he will still not have a tie record. He'll be, I think, 11 and 13.
Yeah.
So.
Strangely enough, he will. If he wins all of his games today, he will still have a losing record and will go into the top 8 with a losing record. But that does mean that if he manages to win, he'll still have a positive thing at the end of it all. So definitely some amazing plays by Moosh, an incredible comeback, and really excited to see how this. I think actually, is this the last round coming up? Because we have 9 players, so a round robin would make it 8 rounds. Is that confirmed?
I think that's correct. Yeah. So yeah. Oh no, it is 9 rounds. So
yeah, my mistake.
Everyone has one bye, so there will be exactly 9 rounds.
Yep.
Okay, so we are going to go into game 8 very shortly here. We're gonna take a quick break, and we will see you guys in just a moment.